That just happened to me a few minutes ago when I got up to get some drink. I knocked it and it rolled away. I'm like, I'll get it next time.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you, you're not still, experiencing the side effects, are you? It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
Only her a hermit.
I can still hear you, you know. Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts. It was just a simple spell. I use it on you, and now it's on the Fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant. They have questions about the history of Natlan.
So they asked the hero of Natlan to put in a good word? Sounds like they know I don't usually trouble myself with other people's problems.
The pay is really good.
Doesn't matter. I'm busy.
That light novel.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
From you?
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that. But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you help them, you might end up helping us too.
Oh god, they're doing the facial anime facial animations. So that's good.
She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do the talking! See, Lolly?
Can you rush after her?
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Sweet Lolly's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all I came out here to say.
You know what? I just realized that Shitali and Yae Mako would get along because Yae Mako makes light novels, right?
Whoa.
Oh, and what's the guy's name? Not Jingling. Little Shoto boy with the shorts and the blue hair that likes books.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Ah, The Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you? I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Oh, remember, she can still read her mind. And after all, I never took her to be the heartless type anyway.
Who are you calling heartless?
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the Traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Talk at me, why don't you? Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived a long time, but I'm not a walking encyclopedia. You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
That's interesting. It's like, I just realized that these beings that are long-lived, like 300,000 years and stuff like, they really should write our memoirs. Like, every couple hundred years, write down what you experience. Because battles, cities fall, rulers die, important people are killed. For people who have, like, shorter lifespans, it'd be good for them to actually, like, when they do become curious, you'll have a reference. Like, oh, I wrote this 200 years ago, and it explains the battle of blah 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 blah. It's like, that's what you wanted to know. Here's the book. Go read it. That's exactly what happened. It's very accurate because I wrote it just as it happened and stuff like that. So it's like, this doesn't happen. It's like, oh well, I don't quite remember. It happened so long ago.
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well,
right?
My plan
Time
was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there. Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it appears I can only get Miss Sitlali's help through you.
Okay. What was that guy's name? It's still bothering me. Jing Chu. That's right. Yeah. Jing Chu and Ye Mako get along really well with Shitali. He just likes books. She writes them, and Shitali reads light novels. Oh,
You don't seem super invested in this whole thing, Sweet Lolly.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it. That's how.
That's weird.
But Molo Saw said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitzilin tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals.
Oh,
Something
okay.
Montluçon would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. Students from Weezealing's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me.
Yes, that sounds like, wait, what?
Of course, none of them ever succeeded. So, after Weezealing's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating me, all they have to do now is last long enough. As my rival, Weezealing only had one achievement that surpassed my own, and that was the Battle of 7 Colors. I can only assume she had some kind of secret technique at her disposal. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter. As if she would give away her one advantage.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said, I'm only here to help you fulfill your duty. Don't misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done.
Organized. Well, canon-wise, it's Aether, right? So it's a guy. It's like I know you can hear me.
You? I fail to see what housekeeping has to do with my duty as a shaman.
Using telepathy to tell her something. Embarrassing.
Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still the one suffering? I need...
Excuse me, great shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Okay.
Of course the Battle of 7 Colors happened. The woven scroll proves it. Weezealing used a mysterious color to construct a maze and trap the enemies inside.
I hope that's a dungeon.
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that scroll. Besides, constructing a maze out of color is ridiculous.
Weezealing was one of the most powerful shamans of her time. She definitely could have pulled it off.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. Why not pass it down? A technique that powerful? And no shaman since has ever used it?
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it to just anyone.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask, is there anything we can use to prove the battle took place?
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated views of history. I'd give up now if I were you. It only gets more ridiculous from here.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Weezealing was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep it a secret. We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm the technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Weezealing's students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age. Those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Tyrant.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor. Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, Traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
Oh, I just realized. Ah, shit. That's right. I gotta get this done. It's almost reset time. So just before we continue, I need to go to Mondstadt and... Where is it? There it is. Do a couple runs of this. I can level the sword.
Look alive! Hunt!
Be free!
Ha! Locked on! Locked on! Open fire! Bullseye!
I think I just need one more golden. How many do I have of this? I own 3. Oh, is that it? I think that'll make one more gold. You have 3. Great one. Yeah, there we go. 90 it. Ah, 45, 128. So don't worry, there's still room for improvement. Like getting a crit rate flower again on this. Another crit rate can go there. Another crit damage can go there. Get like you can't count on goblets at all. So like I don't know when or where I'll ever get another pyro goblet. And then get another. Oh, good lord, man! I've been spamming this domain for so long, and I still haven't gotten another good set. Like my Yay Mako has like a good set, both crit rate and crit damage on each piece. And then I started to work on Fischl, and she's halfway between good and bad. And then I have to get another set for the Pyro Traveler. Ugh. Anyways, just give me a second. I'm just gonna use the bathroom. Right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh my god. It's been like 10 minutes. I paused the recording, used the washroom, and then I'm like, I really should clean up. I feel guilty. It's like talking about how messy my place is, and it's like, that's enough for me to actually go and clean the floor. I'm like, oh, the cans I mentioned, I went and then picked up. There was a t-shirt on the ground. I picked that up, and then I'm like, and then I found a bug spray can under my bed. I'm like, wow, that must have been there since summer. Ugh. And then I got I have a, what do you call those things? Portable vacuums, the hand vacs, and I'm like just running it over the carpet area where I usually eat. I'm like, okay, good. I'm satisfied. It's actually clean now. When I look down, there's nothing. That should be good enough for my non-existent audience. Alright, so back to Natlan. Oh yeah, I could just teleport using the
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley?
What is she doing here?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
Whoa. It's like they really do see her as some kind of tyrant.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity as priests to the end.
Ugh, you talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So, you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
We should just run!
Yeah, with the hero of Natlan here, Granny Eatsley will be on her best behavior.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, it's the Traveler and her companion. That does make me feel better. How can we help you?
We wanted to ask about the technique you inherited from Huitziling.
Huh. So you can eradicate our school once and for all?
Disciples of our school have challenged her year after year, just as our master instructed. Sounds like she's finally had enough.
Well, you're not wrong.
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run.
Not this again. Just how much did you traumatize them, Seatlally?
You beat them in a duel, so what? Reason to be terrified, Charlie, someone worthy of love and respect.
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head. I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. Love and respect? No one has the guts for that. What?
Oh my god, dude.
You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need to fix
Love,
this
so,
mind-reading situation.
Again, canon it's Aether, so it's a guy. Apparently Aether loves and respects her.
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to inherit our master's legacy, we're not going down without a fight.
We're not getting anywhere. What should we do, Traveler?
Let's fight! Let's fight! Let's actually have some gameplay. Come on.
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Elder Tlapo! Oh, we must have disturbed your meditation. Our deepest apologies. Please forgive us.
Did Elder Tlapo just issue a declaration?
From what I can tell, in a single word, the message was... friend?
Is Elder Tlapo telling us to treat Granny Eatsley as a friend?
That's not possible, is it?
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of our tribe. Where are your manners?
But
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman. My sincere apologies for the lack of hospitality.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief. I'd rather get this over with.
Understood. Now, as successors of Huitziling, I understand your friction with Granny Eatsley. However, Elder Tlapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. You would do well to respect his counsel. So, mind your manners and allow Granny Eatsley to ask her questions.
Good thing Elder Tlapo and Chief Biram are on our side.
Ugh. Let me just beat them. Just a little bit, please. Like some gameplay.
Hi there, Elder Tlapo! Hey, he seems pretty happy to see us.
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Yeah, Elder Tlapo appointed us to the tab.
Elder Tlapo, huh? He's still claw to me. Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Iktomi-Sor Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important position within the tribe.
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Witzeline's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other. She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who dared to try, at least.
Well, you've lived a long time. You've probably made a bunch of friends over the years, right?
The more time you have, the more friends you lose.
Oh,
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past. Oh, 200 years and you still haven't given up, Claw? I still haven't made up my mind, so you should head back. Traveler, Paimon, let's go.
Back to Brown.
Chief Biram? Oh, wait. We haven't reached out since the last time we failed the task, huh?
I'm just grateful you haven't forgotten that duty.
Actually, we have good news. We found another clue.
I'm all ears.
It's the Battle of Seven Colors.
Witzeline's claim to fame? That sounds promising. But the battle took place hundreds of years ago. An investigation is bound to be difficult.
True, but Granny Eatsterly promised to help.
Is that so? Huh. I've tried seeking her help in the past, but I never managed to coax her out. You should cherish this opportunity.
Hey, don't complain. None of the previous chiefs succeeded either.
Forgive me. That wasn't my intention. It was a comment on my own failings.
Paimon said you've been trying to figure out how to weave the special scroll.
It is my duty, great shaman.
Why bother? The scrolls always end up completed on time. So what's the point of figuring it out for yourself?
If I may, this task concerns the history of Natlan as a whole. And in many ways, history is the memory of a people. Memory is sacred to our tribe. I'm sure a great shaman understands that better than a humble junior like myself. Something this important cannot be left to baseless rumors. I know you don't concern yourself with the daily affairs of the tribe, Granny Eatsterly. Even so, as a priestess, I trust you wouldn't leave something like that to chance.
I get your point. Of course, the one time I wish you could read my mind, it doesn't work.
Junior, sorry, where she looked old?
No, that's not it.
Huh?
It's not important. Rest assured, Biram, with my help, the Traveler and Paimon will definitely be able to complete the task.
You have my thanks, then.
Huh. So are you here to test whether we're qualified to inherit Master Witzeline's legacy?
You've already been tested, haven't you? Well, frankly speaking, I don't think any of you are qualified. But that's not why I'm here. All you need to do is be good and answer my questions.
Fine. Ask away.
You've heard of the Battle of Seven Colors, right?
Of course. It's our master's claim to fame. An immortal legend inscribed in the very history of our tribe.
Then I'm sure you know there are those who question whether it actually occurred.
I did hear people arguing about that the other day.
It's disgraceful. How can they question something like that?
It doesn't surprise me. Natlan has had more tourism lately. A lot of people have started getting strange ideas after interacting